Morning, folks, and welcome to episode 223 of Sound Stuff. It's Monday, the 24th of August 2026. It is glorious outside today. I'm sat here. I don't know if you can see her. Bless her. She's been a good girl today, and she's let Daddy put a corner shame on. Vicky took it off this morning so she could have a breakfast and whatnot. But yeah, I've got it back on. Must admit, getting her to put her head through it, not a problem. She just stood there wagging her tail while I did it, but tiny little bit of got a like ribbony type thing in my hands this morning. Not the easiest at all, but we did it, and I've picked her up so she struggles to jump onto the settee with her. But I picked her up and put her on a cushion. And then I'm sat here just about to start this, and there's this whining. I'm thinking, well, you're whining for backs, and then realised they were upstairs and I've shut the gate at the bottom of the stairs. So it was sat on the bottom step looking pathetic. So, yes, I said I'd get you the photo, and here it is. This is the chocolate top peanut flapjack that Vicky made me on Saturday. Very nice it is too. She's cut them into smaller chunks, half the size of that one. Yeah. Yeah, it's very Moorish. It's very nice. So, what else to tell you then on this day in history? Well, 3 years ago I got my first Minimat. Bought it second hand. The ones that I'm getting when I get my new ones are going to be brand new. But oh man, my life was transformed. I mean, my life was transformed computer-wise when I got my MacBook. For years and years and years, I've been using a Windows laptop, and the number of times when we were out and about that it'd be slow and it'd be laggy and one thing and another. And Jim had always said, you need to get a MacBook. And I am Apple. And eventually I did, and boy, did I realise then what a mistake I'd made not using one. So when my PC decided to go poof and start playing up 3 years ago, I was looking at getting just another PC tower. Didn't need monitors and all that stuff because I've got monitors, etc., etc. But I looked at getting a PC tower and priced them up. And then I thought, start interested in what Apple do. And I noticed Mac Mini. Don't come with a screen, one thing and another. I thought, ooh. So I managed to pick one up. I got it off eBay, a company off eBay. And it literally, I plugged it in, hooked it up to the monitor, turned it on, and it started working. And it's like, wow. So I bought another one. So I got a monitor, an Apple Mac on each monitor and my MacBook. So yeah, so that was 3 years ago anyway. I'm waffling about that. There'll be enough time to waffle about that when I get my new ones. 4 years ago, I finally got a scooter in Scootering magazine. It was on the Shows Your Scoots page, admittedly, and I sent the photos in myself. But yes, I sent them in, and I got a very nice email back. Now, I didn't realise the guy that is one of the guys that's part of the Scootering magazine must be local. because he replied on his email, "I'm glad you sent these in. I've seen you knocking up and down. I did wonder who it belonged to," and blah, blah, blah. And I got Lola, into scootering. It says, "Barnsley Sign sent this shot of Lola, his GP125S, in a one-off coloured scheme." And Simon says, "I received her in May, the day before my 52nd birthday, and she's been putting a smile on my face ever since." Truth. And I miss it. And obviously, I took the photo in front of Oakwell, because, them's the rules. 12 years ago, I bought some DJ equipment. Something tells me I part-exed a scooter for it, but I'm not sure that I did. But I bought Cheesy Bry, who I know, Bry Cavill, I've known for years and years and years. They were getting rid of some DJ kit, and we agreed a price, mates rates. And I bought some equipment which included CD player, a mixer unit, amp and light control units, lights, the big black speakers which I use with my portable PA. Can't got this kit anymore, that went. And my big red Murph and the Magic Tones speakers, which are in Cornwall outside, which are probably knackered. But yeah, I did set it up in the kitchen, and I did have a play with it a couple of times. And it served me well for quite a while, to be honest with you. Dated and old, but I had fun. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this day in history. Not a great deal else to tell you today. Didn't have my fry up yesterday. We're having that tonight. Vicky's actually used a sewing machine. She's altered some trousers, shortened some trousers and some sleeves on her top for her sister, because they go on holiday a week today. So she was busy doing that, which then had to go down and take them and make sure they fitted all right and everything, which meant it was, it was late when she got back from there. Not uber late, like 7:30, 7ish. And I was like, no, I'm not sitting and eating a fry up at this time of night and then going to bed with that laying on my stomach. So we're going to have it when she comes in from work tonight. I'll start getting everything ready as best I can before she gets home. But yeah, other than that, Newcastle and Liverpool did Keegan proud yesterday, like I thought they would. The whole of St James's Park were just black and white. They had this big T4 of Keegan, and then the Liverpool supporters up in the gods at St James's Park, as you are if you're an away fan. Oh God, we're off again. They had a thing that said Keegan in red and white, and then below them they'd got the black and white stripes with the red number 7 like Keegan had on back of his Newcastle shirt. So it were nice. It were a nice tribute to what I believe should I say, were a real nice bloke. It's funny, I've said it before, my biggest memory of Keegan is him falling off his push bike in Superstars and buggering all his back up. Google it, I'm not putting them photos on here. But yeah, he were a bloody good footballer, I don't know that much. And a good manager, and even better human being. So, My arm, my shoulder is quite a bit better today. When I went to bed last night, I don't know whether it was because I went to bed last night and my left knee, my kneecap and the tendons on back were, gave me so much pain. We sat and we watched Darkest Hour, Gary Oldman as Churchill, which is a wonderful film. And as it were getting to the end of that, my knee just started twinging, gave me some right pain. So I don't know whether I was distracted with that meant that I didn't notice my shoulder, or because it was Sunday, because Vicky were at home, because I weren't doing a great deal myself, I've not aggravated it. I managed to sleep a bit on my left hand side without it. Because over the last week, 2 weeks, if I've tried, I prefer sleeping on my left. For whatever reason, I just prefer sleeping on my left. And I'd lay there, and then less than 5 minutes later, I'd have to either roll onto my back or onto my right hand side because it was just twinging and hurting that much. But it doesn't seem to be. I know that's tempting fate, and me and fate aren't good bedfellows, but like I say again, touch wood, then everything will be alright. So, shut up, you gobshite. Right, so we'll call that a day, and I will see you tomorrow. I'm not starting the studio today. I'm going to give my shoulder another day of little to no activity, and then I'll crack on with it tomorrow. TTFN.
How do you say 6 in French?
Six.
What about money? Sous. And no problem?
Sans souci.
And sausages?
Saucisson.
So how do you say, if the 6 sausages are 6 cents, the 6 sausages are no problem?
Si c'est 6 saucissons, 6 sont 6 sous, c'est 6 saucissons, 6 sont sans souci.